say all right back in a second. How are you guys feeling tonight?
Good.
All right, guys. That's what you guys tonight. Tough Christensen. Tough.
Oh, Jesus. Talk about pressure. Drafted in 1983 in the NFL, played 8 years quarterback back in the NFL, and coached quarterbacks and receivers around the country. My son was Jay Christensen, started for a year at Iowa, a year at Eastern, and threw for 6,000 yards and 6 touchdowns. I know a little bit about it, I guess. You know, it's all, you know, it is what it is. But we have to understand what defense is trying to do to take certain plays away based on formation, and what formations put defenses in a bind, and you know, your left guard can look up and see where the nose guard is and know what you can literally look at the defensive front and look at, I don't know if you guys play this more 4 fronts or 3 fronts, but 3 fronts are going back away because the nose guard can literally predicate to you what coverage has to be. If you not, I mean, if you really understand angles and what they have to do based on 3 down linemen, who can come, who can't come, based on 3 down linemen and free safety, then the game really gets easy. If everybody on the field knows, when I was at Lockport, we won 2 state championships, and every one of our players knew they would start laughing sometimes because they knew what the coverage was. They knew it was a touchdown. Left guard would start laughing. Okay. They would look up and watch the pass. I mean, the game gets easy if you understand. And it's not that hard to understand. I mean, and here's the tricky part about it. You know what the defense is supposed to do based on rules, right? And all of a sudden, it's supposed to be this, and it's not what it's supposed to be. Well, that means the defense is guessing. They're guessing. They're doing a coverage that doesn't work with the front. Does that make sense? And so now they're guessing. There has to be a big-ass hole somewhere, whether it's a running play or a pass play. They're guessing. They're slanting this way and rolling the coverage this way. And by God, something's over here, it's wide-ass open. And when you understand that, then you really got it good. And that's what I'm good at. And I guess keeping the game. You know, it's like you guys, all you offensive linemen have a responsibility. And you have your gap and your inside out, and you know, your 2x2, guys leaving, the guys coming. Well, it's the same thing goes for defensive players, right? You're a receiver or a running back, right? Well, if you're the slot receiver and your outside receiver, based on where the defensive backs are, you can look up and look at the 3 on 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. You can look up and see, okay, the free safety's over the top. It can't be man-to-man, because if I get inside the inside guy and break his face, I know it has to be zone. Somebody has to be inside of me, right? Is that correct? So you know it's zone. So if it's zone, do you have more time or less time to run your route? More. They're not blitzing. All based on where the free safety, all based on where the stronger free safety is. Make sense? So you know you have time. The key becomes to help these offensive linemen do their job. Do I have time or not time? You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's what the game is really about. And when you really understand it, then you got it. And that's what I'm good at, is making kids understand it. I'm 50 as of last week, so you guys are still kids. I'm a senior citizen, so you don't get so that's how the game flows. Does that make sense? When you guys play your games, you played last year, right? As a group? First year? Okay. Do you play mostly against zone or man? I mean, what?
In this league, you'll see more man.
A lot come after.
A lot of come after. There's 4-man fronts too. A lot of 4-man.
Well, that's beautiful. I mean, the quarterback, you should want. I mean, come on, sickle. All I gotta do is go bump, 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 bump. And if a guy knows how to run the route based on pressure, catch it and go, it's a touchdown. It's easy. The best thing you get as an offensive unit is people that want to play second. Because now the play's over in 1,001, 1,002. All you got to do is get a piece, and if this guy's any brain in his head at all, it's okay. If it's 6 over here and 5 over here, and they're pressuring, by God, I'm going to go over here. There's only 5 over here. It's a game of math, right? Who's the center? You draw a line down his big ass, right? You draw a line down his coconut. If there's 5 over here and 6 over here, Well, if they're going to pressure, I'm going to go to the 5 side. That takes about 1.1 seconds to go, okay, 6.5, 5 minutes. Okay, I'm going to go here. Bam. But when all of you guys get it, then you really got it licked. And that's what the game's about. Does that make any sense? I don't know what you want me to, I don't know what offense you're running. The thing about the game of football that I would say to you is this, and this is where people don't get it, okay? Teams that want to pressure, right? What's the fastest way of stopping pressure? Huh?
Screens and draws.
What?
Screens and draws.
No. What's the fastest way of stopping pressure? Spread them out. Go empty. No backs. Shotgun 5 wides. Now the whole game is on him. Okay, you want to pressure? I'm one-on-one everywhere. Okay, all you got to do is find the one-on-one matchup. So teams that want to get 19 guys in the box, okay, we'll spread out. Okay, what are you going to do now? You're going to leave your safeties up? Okay. You're one-on-one, rock and roll. Right? If he's off, run a 3-step pitch. Bang. If he's up, make him miss, go back, pump fake, throw it up. Eventually, you got to hit one of those, and guess what they do? They get the hell back. So the fastest way to stop against pressure is spread them out. So then who becomes the most important people in that game? The offensive lineman. If you're 5 on, if you're 5 on 5 in the perfect world, or 5 on 6, as long as all 5 get 5, there's 5 on 6, one guy's free. Then the game moves back to him. It's when you have 5 on 6 and you guys only pick up 4 and turn 2 loose. Now he's dead. Make sense? So you got to understand in the game of football, when it's a game of mathematical football, I got 3 out here and 2 out here. I'm in shotgun. I got 2 tight ends. I got a Rocky call and a Linda call. Rocky, Rocky. That tells the right tight end, you're staying. You're now an offensive lineman. So I know I'm solid over here. I'm man blocking. Center, guard, tackle, tight end. Now I got a guard and a tackle. That tells the other tight end, you're out, but you're also hot. If that guy blitzes, you're getting the ball. Get up, fill 3 yards, and run to the slant. That's what the game of football is about to me. That's the game of being an artist as a quarterback. Knowing what they're trying to do, and you take that away based on personnel. Does that make sense? Sometimes I get going, and I start, So, I mean, I got a lot of shit out here I'm trying to get out, and it just doesn't come out sometimes. Does that make, but you have to all understand. It doesn't do any good for the 2 wide receivers on the left to understand what you're trying to accomplish if the guard and tackle don't understand. I mean, really, that's the yin and the yang. That's when it really works. Because what's the first thing they're going to do? They're going to bring 6 guys up in the box and do all this bullshit, right? And the ball snaps, and they're going to drop out. And you're sitting there blocking air, going. And this guy blitzes over here. Make sense? So that's what you have to prevent. So I don't know what they want me to do. I don't know. I mean, I'll help you any way I can. But I'm pretty good at teaching the game. And I don't know. Question? I got a good-looking girlfriend. Thank God. I draw shit on her back all the time. Okay, this guy's down. Erase that off. We call this a hot read. So that's what it's about. And that's how you win and lose games. And that's how, believe me when I tell you, the most important people on the football field always have and always will be the offensive linemen. If we have the ball and you don't have it, guess what? You can't score. If you control a line of scrimmage, his job becomes easy. It's that simple. But then there's ways of making it easy on you guys too, to prevent angles and numbers for you. And then the game gets fun. Then it's really a joke. It becomes a joke. It's like, Jesus, this is like famous. I mean, this is, okay, there we go, 17 yards. Because you see the play form before it forms. Because you can force defenses into certain places they don't want to be. That's why Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, you know, that's why those guys get it. Of course, doesn't have to have Dallas Clark or some guys that catch it, but they get it. So I don't know what you want me to do.
They're gonna start. They're gonna go to coach right now. They're gonna start going through their drills and stuff. Really, just hey, watch and evaluate. You know, see something.
Do you run plays? Do you like
right
the
now,
offense?
Well, you're gonna have to be with Coach Dennis on that. I'm gonna have to start with the defense and we kind of away from me. But right now, I think pretty much they start to run routes, right? Is that correct?
As a group or one-on-one?
Just receiver.
So you run the whole, all five guys out in a route at the same time?
Not at the same time.
I think what they should have
One guy
done, they
run,
set up two shots.
two sides, two quarterbacks.
So, all right. So,